Greetings. Excuse me. This is your brother Elder Blacklight. Now let's get right down to the supreme wisdom, opening up your eyes. See, now that means a whole lot. Uh, God vision is those that could see beyond where others can't see, and it's been a dummying down process of the masses, and black people been held back the worst because we wasn't allowed to read uh, for 400 years. We weren't allowed to have any type of education. Our ancestors wasn't allowed to pass down our history, and over a period of time we forgot about who we were. Now this process has been taking place all throughout the planet by the dominations of the Romans and the Greeks, later on Europe, white Europe. So we must go to the root in order to solve the problem. The problem is now we're trapped here in America. We can't leave out. And if we leave out, we don't know if the where we going, they're going to let us in, because we're coming from a contaminated spot. So now while we here, while we mostly of us are inside, hopefully, and just chilling, we can get up on some of this supreme wisdom. Now, the person you see behind me is Master Farad Muhammad. Came to the wilderness of North America in 1930. He made himself known here in Detroit. Later on, he raised up the Honorable Elijah Muhammad to carry on the message, to raise the lost found uh, children of the Nation of Islam from the tribe of Shabazz. And so if you have patience, you would get so wise. What we're trying to get you to know is that you have powers within yourself. And you can build up your immune system. And you heard of aura. What an aura is like an aura over you. And it can act as a shield. But you got to think about it. See, everything is a thought. Everything is a thought. And a thought is not nothing, no lightweight thing. But see, we so used to looking at a material world that we can't see inside of ourselves to see what we have. Now, the best way to solve a problem is to know what the problem is about. This is where the language of mathematics comes in at. Now, the Caucasian been using the same trick for 400 or 500 years. Over and over again, he just disguised it many different ways. You know, the Trojan horse, if any of you read the history of Greek, you know about the Trojan horse, where they would had a horse outside the city, and they would it was a big giant horse. They had a horse outside the city that they were, I think it was Troy, the city of Troy. I think so. Anyway, this horse had a bunch of soldiers inside of it. And the people inside the city were fighting this war. And when they looked up one day, they seen this big old horse out there. And they so was curious about this horse. So they said, we're going to bring this horse in and study it. So they brought the horse in, and inside was all the enemy that they were fighting. You know, so the virus is sort of like that. You know, it tends to be like the rest of your system, like the rest of your immune system. But once it gets inside you, it shuts down your immune system and start multiplying. I hope I made myself clear on that. Just like a virus on a computer, you know, it disguises itself, and then once it gets inside the system, it starts shutting down the system. It's sending out vibrations, signals, similar to the vibrations that you have. So that's how the Caucasian is. He looks like us, you know, and he sends out signals, so we think he's like us, but he's not us. He's our enemy. And so he gets inside you, inside your mind, inside your head, and starts shutting down your system. And now you're walking around like zombies. Everything, listening to everything he say, listening to his culture. His culture is not like our culture, you know. And the closest to our culture was over in Africa not too long ago, but he's over there, and he done shut down Africa's culture and set up his culture, and it's a cancer, you know. It's just a virus, just like a cancer, operates on the same principle, and it's shutting down. So our people just listen to him, you know, and you know, we try to be like him, but we can't be like him. We want to join with him. A lot of us do. But, you know, it's detrimental against ourselves. So Master Farad did the reverse. He came in looking like this man here. He came in looking like our enemy by himself. Fooled him. They thought he, you know, he was them. They thought he was them, but he was really a black man. Yeah, with supreme wisdom. And so he made a lesson book, a little skinny book that explains all the holy books, you know, that corrects the overstanding of all the holy books. This little skinny book here is real skinny. And this holy book because Supreme Wisdom is a holy book, goes into the teachings of the Bible, the Quran, and he brought this to America, and he gave it to us when he founded the Lost Foundation of Islam. So a lot of my new subscribers, only reason why y'all might be subscribing because of what my title is about. 2020 vision, opening up that third eye. A lot of you have been read up about that third eye. Well, we have a pineal gland inside. They refer to as the third eye. So it's been closed up for so long that we got to open it in order to survive this attack. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad been saying separate. Now it's a chance to separate, and shut this system down and build a new system. But you got to be in unity and in harmony and organized. So, all the brothers in these different organizations, brothers in the Moors, the Garveyites, the Pan-Africanists, the Nation of Gods and Earth, 5%ers, the Nation of Islam, we got to somewhat collaborate. And a lot of our people don't have the internet. A lot of our people don't have nothing but the radio and television, and they can't get this kind of information. So we got to find a way to get this information to the people. It's not too late. We'll talk about that later on down the line. This is Black Light saying listen up quick, because you never know what you might get.